How to find cheap stocks with high potential. Okay guys, let's jump right into the video. So this video is going to be a video tutorial on how to find cheap stocks with high growth potential using an amazing stock screener called FinViz. That's FINVIZ.com. So I got the idea from this video. You guys have been leaving comments. So Sam left a comment on my Electromechanica ticker symbol solo video, and he said, "Great vid, subscribe." Quick question, how do you find cheap stocks with high potentials? So, Sam, thank you for the question. So let's get right into it, guys. I use FinViz as probably the best screener to find cheap stocks that can really soar with a lot of long-term growth potential. And the reason that is that, let's be honest, guys, there are literally thousands upon thousands of stocks, and there's so many new companies going public, every month, and some companies are being delisted from major exchanges like the NASDAQ. So it's really hard to keep track of everything. So FinViz is an amazing tool. So just head over to finviz.com. You head on to the homepage. As you can see here, they have a lot of different indicators. So first right here, they have something called top gainers. So they have a signal here for the stocks that have gained the most. As you can see here, this they track it every day. So right here off the bat, you can find cheap stocks right here that have been moving very quickly on the homepage. So here's one. And to define cheap stocks, I usually say stocks that are under $10 is usually pretty cheap. We're not talking about like super cheap penny stocks, like stocks trading at 20 cents or 10 cents. We're basically talking about stocks that are on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ under $10. So the FinViz homepage is a great starting point. So as you can see here, we got another stock. This is Asia Pacific Wire. This one's $1. We have another one, National Holdings Corporation, $2. So what I like to do is I like to head over to the homepage, and as you can see here, this is actually the stock that I mentioned in a previous video, Solo. So like I said, FinViz is an awesome tool. I'm going to show you guys how to do some more things. But right off the bat, what I like to do is probably at the end of every trading day, I like to head over to FinViz, check out the homepage to see some of the biggest gainers. And a lot of times these stocks are moving for several reasons. It could be a new contract, it could be good earnings, it could be a change in legislation, it could be maybe another stock in the same sector had a good earnings report and then all the stocks are moving at the same time. So this is a great starting point. So we've got some other ones. We've got National Holdings Corporation, MoneyGram International is doing well, Renee Solo, SOL, this is another stock. So as you can see here, when you hover over the stock, you can see the stock chart. As you can see here for this one, Renee Solo, this one was around $1 or so back in September. You can see it's on a slow uptrend. So that's a quick way to find some cheap stocks. But let's actually head into the screener itself. So all you do is head over here and you click screener and wait for it to load. Okay, great. So here it has literally thousands of stocks. So if we don't make any screens or anything like this, we have over 7,000 stocks to choose from. So I'll have a few changes. So this is what I like to personally do. So the first thing I do is when you're looking for cheap stocks is you want to screen for price. So I say under 10 bucks. For me, if it's under $10, it's pretty cheap. So just under 10, we click under $10. So what that'll automatically do is that'll automatically screen out a lot of the stocks. So every stock that's trading will be eliminated from this. Here we are. As you can see here, we're with 2,000 stocks. So I actually like to reduce things a bit further. And usually the quickest way I do that is I simply head over to Exchange. So if you're looking at all of the stocks together, it can be kind of overwhelming. So for this example, let's just look at NASDAQ stocks. Since NASDAQ stocks have done really, really well probably over the past 10 years or so, these tech stocks and things like that, and new industries, they're really crushing it. So what you can do is you can start off screening at the NASDAQ. You can also screen the New York Stock Exchange as well. And then another thing I like to do is I like to screen for volume. So why do I screen for volume? Well, the reason why I'm screening for volume is, guys, is because volume moves stock prices. So obviously, we know that a company's earnings every 3 quarters will make the stock obviously more desirable. But a stock can't go anywhere, right? A stock can't go anywhere if there's no volume. So a nice screen to say is I would usually try to only look at stocks that are trading at least 1 million shares. Because if there's not even 1 million shares being traded, then it's like, there's really no volume, and I mean, you might end up holding that stock for years. I've seen it with a lot of stocks. Some stocks, they trade at like below 1 million shares for years, and you end up putting your money in the stock, and it's just like, a year, 2, 3 years, it doesn't do anything. So I like to look at stocks that are at least 1 million. So then I click here and I want to sort them by the highest volume. So why do I sort the stocks by the highest volume? So as you can see, some of those with so much, the volume is so low. So the reason why I sort these with average volume of at least 1 million is because I want to see the stocks that people are actively trading. If people are actively trading these stocks, then it's for a good reason, right? Obviously, something's going on. So if we take a look at the most of these are these alternative energy stocks. So the reason why these stocks are trading with such high volume is because there's a catalyst. So for a lot of these electric stocks, the whole Joe Biden presidency, I'm recording this video in November 2020, so that has seen a lot of stocks soar. Then we have a stock like Genius Brands. That one is up big. That one, I think they recently released news. Then we have some of the cannabis stocks. Once again, a change in presidency, more states legalizing cannabis. That's a catalyst. Then we have some of these other ones as well. We have stocks like Zynga. So this is a good place to start to find some good stocks to trade. If you're seeing a good volume, what I like to do here is I just like to click through, kind of just look through some of the results and take a look at some of these stocks. And then let's say you see a really nice stock. So as we see here, here's one. Let's see if we can find one. Okay, so I believe I've seen a lot about this stock, IRO. I believe that's another electric vehicle stock. As we can see here, if you just hover over it, you can see the last 3-month chart. So this stock is moving up big, so that's an interesting one. MoneyGram, I showed you guys that one earlier. That one's been really taking off. Let's see what else we can see here. So basically that's what I like to do. I just like to click through the search results, take a look at these charts on the left-hand side. If I see the chart kind of constantly moving up, I know that there's some type of catalyst there, so I'll dig further into the company. And guys, I want to keep this video kind of short, but you can actually just click the ticker symbol itself and give you more information about the stock and stuff like that. But I just want to give you guys basically what I do to find cheap stocks with high growth potential. And then of course what you want to do is you don't want to just buy the stock or trade the options just because the chart's going up. Take a look at the company, head over to the investor relations, take a look at some of the recent articles posted on Yahoo Finance or something like that. This research doesn't take hours, guys. Sometimes you can just do 15 to 30 minutes of decent research is enough to feel confident to open a position. I think one of the biggest mistakes is just looking at stock charts and treating a stock like it's just a ticker symbol. It represents shares in an underlying company, and these stocks trade on catalysts, earnings, legislation, other stocks in the sector doing well. In this recent case, we've seen stocks, get crushed in March 2020 because of the pandemic, and then, news of the vaccine sent stocks soaring. So do a little bit of research on these companies, and I think you'll do really well. Let's see what other ones we can find here. Blink Charging, that one's doing well. This one was up big. Net Element, this one was another electric vehicle stock. GoPro is rising. So this is a place where I like to find these cheap stocks. And then if some of you guys are looking for like longer term investments, if you're not really looking to like trade and you're looking to buy, you can take a look at a screen for market cap. So the reason why I say you can screen for market cap is because usually, if a stock is a decent market cap, it's probably for a reason. That means that people are buying the company. It means that people are more confident in it. So as you can take a look here, you just go through. So it sorts it based on market cap. This is another way I can find companies. I usually like to find, when I'm investing long term, I usually want to see a company have at least like $200 million market cap. I don't want to invest in something that's like $20 million market cap because it just means, it's cheap for a reason. So as you can see here, we have a lot of, now when you pull up these, you have a lot of REITs. REITs are an opportunity for long term. They pay a good passive dividend and things like that. So that's what I would do, guys. Play around with the market cap, play around with the volume and stuff like that. And then you can also do this on the flip side on the New York Stock Exchange. You just change the exchange. And then we'll see what comes up here. So let's see here. So now we'll do that. And the first thing I do is, again, I'm going to sort for volume. So it only gives me about 190 companies. So that's a more manageable list, guys. If you don't use some good screens, you're going to have so many companies. So as we can see here, okay, we've got some of the usual suspects. GE, Ford, Roark Cannabis, that's another interesting one. Let's see what else we have here. Hexo, Macy's. So I guess if the vaccine comes, more people will be shopping at Macy's. That's an interesting play. We have some gold stocks, things like that. So hope you guys get the gist. This is the tool that I use. to find stocks. And then if you want more data on it, another good tip I'll give you guys, if you guys can head over to performance, right? So this is like the last thing I'll leave you guys with, and then I'm going to wrap up this video. This is a good way to see what the stock has done kind of over the long term. So as you can see here, you can take a look at the performance. So here we go, the performance in the week, over the month, over the quarter, half, and yearly performance. So this is another way to kind of figure out what stocks have done. You know, a lot of stocks have been crushed this year, but some have done well as well. So we can just simply sort this by performance. Now this is performance over the last 52 weeks, guys. So let's sort this, see what happens. Okay, so yeah, that same stock I mentioned earlier, ReneSola, that one is the best performer for stocks under $10 on the year. You've got some other stocks as well. And then if you want to take a look at more of what's going on, I would say year to date is another good screen as well. So if we just screen by year to date, let's see here what comes up. Okay, so some of the same stocks sold. Okay, Sogo. Yeah, so these are the highest gainers for the year today, guys. So that about wrap things up, guys. I would say play around with this tool. Make sure you're sorting under $10. Make sure you're using a decent volume, at least if traded, to make it worth your while. Actually, before I wrap this video up, let's check out what the highest year to date is on the NASDAQ. So I take a look, because I've seen quite a few companies I actually want to take a look. I can see mostly on those electric stocks, but let's see what else we have on the NASDAQ as well, and then I'll wrap things up. Okay, yeah, I figured that one. Vaxart, that's the top gainer. What else do we have here? Pacific Oil, that one's going down. Blink Charging, Genius Brands. Yeah, so guys, it's a really useful tool. Go back here. So like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you really enjoyed this video, I want to make more video tutorials like this, giving you guys tips on how to find stocks and things like that you guys can trade and make some money with. Just smash the like button and subscribe to my channel by smashing that red subscribe. Post more video tutorials helping you guys uncover your own stocks, because it's one thing to kind of just, you know, go through YouTube and look for the best stocks or read a lot of articles, but when you can learn to kind of dig up these companies yourself, you can really get in before the masses do. That's one of the strategies I did when I found Solo. I mentioned Solo a long time before it ran up. I mentioned it when it was around, I believe it was around $2 or something like that. And the way I found that stock was through this screener. So I was just screening for cheap stocks with good volume, and it popped up, and I figured, well, since all the electric car stocks are moving up, I started looking more into it, and I said, well, this car has a lot of pre-orders and things like that, so it'll probably move up as well. So that's a strategy I use, guys, basically just screening through, looking to uncover nuggets, looking for stocks with at least 1 million shares and volume under $10. Thanks to FinViz. So that's it for now, guys. I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.